List of the deadliest earthquakes in history. Earthquakes are one of the most haunting disasters for mankind. Many earthquakes become killers when claiming the lives of thousands of people, so devastating that they leave devastating consequences. At dawn on February 6, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake, with an epicenter at a depth of about 24 kilometers, shook central Turkey and northwestern Syria and caused incalculable damage. Not stopping there, on the afternoon of the same day, Turkey continued to suffer a 7.7 magnitude earthquake, with an epicenter about 67 kilometers from Kahramanmaraş city and at a depth of about 4 kilometers. More than 24 hours after the earthquake, the death toll in both Turkey and Syria was updated to more than 4,300. The main cause of high casualties was the disaster that occurred early in the morning. Most of the people were asleep, so they could not escape and were trapped in the rubble. The number of casualties is expected to increase sharply as rescuers are trying to search for victims in the rubble. In a statement on national television, on the afternoon of February 6, Turkish President Erdogan said this was the largest earthquake disaster in the country since 1939, at least 2,818 buildings collapsed during the earthquake. Earthquake and subsequent aftershocks. The 1939 Erzincan earthquake that Erdogan mentioned killed 33,000 people, while the 7.6 magnitude Izmit earthquake in 1999 is thought to have killed more than 17,000 people. The U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, estimated that about 1,000 to 10,000 people died in this disaster, and estimated that Turkey's economic loss was about 1 to 10 billion USD. Facing the current emergency situation, Turkey has called for the support of the international community to overcome the consequences of this earthquake disaster. Many countries around the world have responded to the call and are ready to mobilize resources and will provide immediate assistance, if requested by Ankara. The Turkish president said that so far, more than 45 countries have requested assistance. Humanity has recorded earthquakes for nearly 4,000 years, including disasters that have killed hundreds of thousands of people. However, the most dangerous, devastating, and damaging earthquakes in history are often not the strongest. There are many factors that affect the number of casualties, high or low, such as depth of earthquake. Shallow earthquakes tend to cause more damage, population density in the affected area, number of buildings and facilities collapsed. For example, the earthquake in the Indian Ocean in 2004 and the great earthquake in Sendai in Japan in 2011 created a tsunami that caused additional damage both physically and to people. In contrast, the two strongest earthquakes ever recorded were the Chilean earthquakes of 1960 and 2010, with relatively small death tolls. Here are some of the deadliest earthquakes in human history. The Shaanxi earthquake, China, 1556. The Shaanxi earthquake of 1556 occurred in the country of Diaming on December 12, the 34th year of Jiajing, January 23, 1556, killing about 830,000 people. This number may not be completely accurate because casualty figures are often inaccurate after large-scale disasters, especially before the 20th century, but this disaster is still considered the most terrible of all time. The epicenter of the earthquake was located in the Weha River Valley, in Shaanxi Province, near the cities of Huaxian, Vinan, and Huayan. The disaster area is estimated to be 280,000 square kilometers. Modern scientists, based on historical records, speculate the magnitude of earthquakes is between 8.0 and 8.3 MW. It was the most destructive earthquake in Chinese history, as well as the deadliest earthquake in the history of the world. Great disaster in Valdivia, Chile, 1960. The Great Chile Earthquake, Gran Terremoto de Chile, took place on May 22, 1960 with a magnitude of 9.5 on the Richter scale. Other earthquakes in history may have been larger. However, Since science and technology can accurately estimate the magnitude of earthquakes, this is the largest recorded earthquake. The quake and tsunami also affected southern Chile, Hawaii, Japan, the Philippines, eastern New Zealand, southeastern Australia, and the Aleutian Islands, with Valdivia being the worst hit city. The double disaster caused severe damage and left nearly 5,000 people dead and injured in Chile. Many homes in Chile were severely damaged. The earthquake and tsunami exploded caused 2 million people in Chile to be displaced. The death rate was about 1,600 people and more than 3,000 people were injured. 2 days after the catastrophic earthquake and tsunami, the Volcan Puya volcano suddenly woke up and erupted strongly, forming a column of ash 6,000 m after nearly 40 years of inactivity. This unexpected event caused damage for weeks in a row in Chile. According to calculations by scientists, the energy released from the earthquake, tsunami, volcano disaster is estimated to be 200 times larger than the atomic bomb dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima in 1945 during World War II. Earthquake, tsunami in the Indian Ocean, 2004. On December 26, 2004, at 7:59 a.m., a magnitude 9.3 earthquake occurred off the coast of the Indonesian island of Sumatra. This was the second largest earthquake recorded in human history and lasted nearly 10 minutes, lifting the entire 1,200 kilometers surface of the fault line lying on the seabed to a height of 12.2 m. 7 hours later, due to the impact of the earthquake, a huge tsunami spread out across the Indian Ocean, devastating coastal areas as far away as East Africa. Within 15 minutes, a tsunami up to 30 meters high hit the coast of Sumatra Island, specifically in Aceh, a densely populated area in the north of the island. The death toll in Indonesia is estimated at between 130,000 and 160,000. Not stopping there, the tsunami also moved widely throughout the Indian Ocean region and hit countries such as Thailand, Sri Lanka, India, South Africa. It is estimated that the earthquake and tsunami were 230,000 people died. Haiti earthquake, 2010. The earthquake, which struck on January 12, 2010 with a magnitude of 7.0 on the Richter scale, caused widespread devastation in the capital Port-au-Prince and surrounding areas, killing more than 220,000 people and 300,000 people were injured and about 1.5 million people were left homeless. Many buildings, including homes, schools, and hospitals, were destroyed or severely damaged, leaving hundreds of thousands of people homeless. The earthquake also caused panic and chaos as people struggled to find food, water, and medical care afterward. According to research by the Inter-American Development Bank, IADB, the physical damage caused by the earthquake amounted to 8 to 14 billion USD. Japan double disaster, 2011. The world cannot forget the terrible double disaster that occurred on March 11, 2011 in Japan. At 2:46 p.m., a magnitude 9.1 earthquake struck off the island of Honshu, shaking northeastern Japan for about 6 minutes. Its influence has been felt around the world, from the fjords of Norway to the icebergs of Antarctica. The earthquake caused a destructive tsunami with a height of up to 40.5 m, equivalent to a 13-story building height, in Miyako in Tohoku's Iwate Prefecture, moving at 700 km per hour, flattening nearly like all coastal towns and penetrates up to 10 km inland after overflowing the Nitori River dike in the Sendai area, flooding an estimated area of 561 square kilometers. According to official statistics, 15,899 people were killed with 2,572 people still missing and presumed dead. Over 6,000 people were injured. Many towns were wiped off the map. The Fukushima nuclear power plants located near the coast were hit by the tsunami, causing the nuclear fuel rod cooling systems to completely fail, causing serious consequences, exposing the surrounding residential areas to radiation. In many places, until now people have not been able to live again.